Hi, Dr. Lucky. How are you?
Doing great. How about
Good.
yourself?
I'm doing well. It's how many years ago was when you got the relaxed sauna from us?
Well,
I don't
it's
remember.
been a while. It's
Two,
been
three,
about 5 years. Probably.
that long? 4 or 5 years, I bet.
Yes.
And do you remember what show we got it at? I don't remember.
I do not. It's probably.
Well, it was a medical doctor show, an
Had to, 'cause
integrated.
I've been coming to this one for
It might
12 years.
It might have been this one, but at any rate, when you got the relaxed sauna, you gave me 3 or 4 phone calls. You kept on ordering them for your patients.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, what was your experience in the relaxed sauna?
Well, the first time I got in the relaxed sauna, I remember it very clearly. I was having some back pain, and so I got into the sauna because I actually, to go back, I broke my neck in C5, 6, and 7, and T5, 6, and 7 in my thoracic vertebra, and it healed up very, very quickly. But the trauma to my shoulder is still giving me problems even to this day, actually. So that was one of my tests for the sauna, is when I got in it, and it wasn't but a 5-minute, sauna. I mean, I was in my clothes and everything, and I just sat in there, and it was like the radiant energy going through my entire body, and that pain just totally went away.
Yeah.
And so it was like magic, really, actually, in that length of time, in 5 minutes. And I said, I have to have one of these. And you said, well, it's better, maybe you can get some ozone too. I said, well, I'll take one of those too. So I got the ozone part of it as well as the sauna as well, and been really pleased with it.
That's great. And then I know you kept on calling me saying, I got another patient who wants one.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
And so tell me about some of the patients and their experience with it.
Well, it's really easy to use when you get it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. Anybody can figure it out. So when you assemble it, you can literally go from assembly in 2 minutes to actually have it all ready to go. And so I've never had anybody complain about how difficult it is to assemble things. They can take it on the airplane or wherever they go with it, actually, and it just folds up nicely. And so I've seen a lot of good results with my patients, actually, that I have people with a lot of chronic conditions. They've been diagnosed with cancer, they're in stage, and I remember one guy, actually, he was in the bed and had been in the bed for about 2 weeks, and he was on hospice, and I went to his home to treat him at his home, and we used the PMF device, and with the PMF device we followed it up with the infrared sauna.
Right.
And even though he was in severe kidney issues, actually, to begin with, because he had really multisystemic organ failure going on, he was in his last stages. Oh, he absolutely loved the sauna. I actually left the sauna at his house.
Wow.
And bought another one, actually.
Wow.
And he would get in there, and it would just give him so much energy. He would feel so good, and he would just beg his daughter to put him in the sauna. He had to get in the sauna, and so he had a real nasopharyngeal type malignancy, and he couldn't swallow. And while we were there, he began to swallow and do well, and so that was something that was really impressive to me.
Yes.
Taking someone that was really terminal in their case and actually using the sauna, because the kidney is essentially, the skin is the third kidney.
Yes.
So we use that instead of overworking the kidney. We help with the heart as well as the kidney by using the skin as a way of excretion. And it's real good for getting rid of heavy metals and that type of stuff. We tested people before and after, and you see it's one of the best things I've ever found as far as heavy metals are concerned.
You've tested people before and after.
Sure, yes. Yeah.
And they felt better as well.
Absolutely, when they get rid of that metal load.
Yeah.
Of course, we deal with things emotional and spiritual as well. So a lot of times it's locked in, heavy metals are locked into emotional conflict. So
Yes.
if you release those, actually, then the metals just come right on out, actually.
Of course, of course. That's what holistic medicine is all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you've been into holistic medicine how long now?
Well, actually, I call myself really transformational medicine.
Good. Yeah, there's so
because
many
it's
different
about,
names.
It's
yes.
about a change, not
Yeah.
being the same. But people have been pillaged and robbed of their nutritional status, of their emotional status, and they have to be restored, and then they have to move up to a state of transformation where there's really a change generated in their life. And actually, this is a spiritual thing too. When you
Absolutely.
start using
Yes.
the sauna and you get up, to a temperature and you start sweating, science shows that we actually start working on emotional conflict resolutions while we're in saunas. So this is a great thing.
In Taiwan, they say where this was invented, it took 10 years to invent it. It was like an incredible discovery they made to do the technology that relaxed sauna has, which is different than any other technology. But they say it's like being in the presence of a Qigong master.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yes, sir.
And I translate that to English. It's the best we can do to get a stepped-down version of divine love in a box.
Absolutely. And you feel love. I mean,
Yes.
you feel you're doing something special for yourself.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't really love themselves in the first place. Their worst enemy is themselves.
Yes.
So when you start taking attention to self and taking time out for self, it don't take long to do it.
Right.
15 minutes,
Yes.
20 minutes, actually.
How long does it take you to have a good sweat?
Good sweat? Oh, boy. I'm sweating pretty good in about 10 to 12 minutes, actually. It doesn't take me long to sweat at all, actually.
Well, you've got a complete sweat in 15,
Right.
12 minutes.
Right.
That's better than an hour, hour and a half.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You sweat very quickly, actually. My wife, she gets in it. She's wringing sweat. Like 5 or 10 minutes, she
Wow.
sweats,
Yeah.
faster than I do.
Do you ever go in with your clothes on?
No.
You'll get them wet.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Only if I'm trying to demonstrate it to someone.
I see. Okay.
You will use clothes.
Right.
But that's just a demonstration. And some of these people start sweating actually in 5 minutes.
Wow. Yeah. How often do you use the relaxed sauna?
As far as myself
Yes,
personally,
right.
I have a very unique practice in
Yes.
which I really spend the whole entire day with patients. I may only see one patient a day because the patient's so critical,
Right.
and they come from out of state or
Yes.
out of country or someplace like that. So I probably need to take more note for my own self. Physician treat himself, actually.
Right.
But I use it probably actually in the neighborhood at least every couple months or so myself. But like I said, it's one of these things that
It's there
you got to
when you need
take.
it.
I use it more for patient care actually myself actually than
Because
myself.
you're pretty healthy.
Well, I try to be as much as possible. I try to eat right and do things right, but stress gets us, and actually.
Well, this is a reminder. You might want to.
Exactly. Seeing you, and you might need to be back in the sauna.
Right.
more,
I know
actually.
people do that. I got out of the habit of using it, and then they tell me, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I started again."
Yeah, I recommend the sauna for everybody. Actually, pretty much it walks in the door. Actually, and because it's real simple, it's not a complicated thing.
What kind of results have you had for other patients? Do you remember you recall of any kind of profound results?
Well, majority of the people that
Yes.
I see, actually, it's so multifactorial as far as what we use from emotional, spiritual, and when putting the sauna and putting that all together actually at the same time. I really don't know directly because I do with so many different multifaceted,
Right. Yes.
you
So you don't know what's doing it.
utilities.
All
Right.
you know is the patients are happy.
All
this
I
is
know,
part of the
you've got to
protocol.
work on the body from the inside out.
Yeah.
And you've got to open up the ports. So the skin is the largest organ in the body, so you've got to open up that port first, actually, because otherwise you have a bottleneck situation, and you're actually auto-toxifying yourself even more. So it's very important. utilizing the skin to release all these toxins that are built up.
Yeah.
And people, the other thing that people like about it is it improves their skin.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And then we have a lot of vanity about ourselves. People
Sure.
do in general. So it helps with actually making their skin softer and more pliable, and they just feel all around well-being. And that's what it's all about, getting people from a level of not feeling well and a lack of hope, living in fear, to a place that they feel well again and have hope.
Yeah.
And they see a change, because you can demonstrate a change basically one time actually
Yes,
with
right.
people actually.
I know.
And they said, "Wow, we haven't felt this." And it's the sun. It's the same principle. It's
Yeah.
going back to the basis. That's what
Uh-huh.
this is all about. Going back to the basis.
Yes, absolutely.
The sun works through ozone, and you're absorbing that energy actually into your body. So this is what the sauna is. It's like just having the sun in your house all the time.
I like that. Yes, absolutely. Well, I appreciate you sharing with us your experiences in the relaxed sauna with your patients, and they can find out more at relaxsaunas.com. And are you taking patients still? Are you?
Absolutely, I take.
Do you want
all
to share?
people.
You're in Mississippi.
I'm in Mississippi.
Don't find many people like you in Mississippi.
Yes, I actually, the way I look at things is I don't take patients, because patients indicate people are sick.
Right. Exactly.
And I want them out of that mentality of
Yes.
being sick.
Right.
So what I actually do is more looking at pastoral type health.
Yes.
And dealing with the emotional and the spiritual aspects, as well as replacing what's missing
Yes.
in people's lives, actually. And then when you replace what's missing in people's life, then you have wholeness in people's
You
lives.
got it. This is me and you. We think alike. We feel alike. That's great.
Yeah, I don't personally treat any diagnosis.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in a diagnosis in the first place.
Right.
Because the
Good for you.
diagnosis actually puts labels.
Yes.
And it puts power into the label, actually.
You got it.
And then
Yes.
the authority that speaks over you are in control of you, actually. So the whole issue, the name is very, very powerful in people's lives.
Yes.
So what we do is actually look at the real root of the problem, and then when you look at the root of the problem, then actually what's above is just a symptom of the root. And not many people actually look for the root of the problem.
Right.
And one of the puzzles in this root
Yes.
is actually having a good sauna to relieve.
Yes.
Because that's going to open up the ability to heal, like I said, from the inside out,
Yes.
from top to bottom.
Yes.
Instead of just like a tree, you get sick
Right.
from the bottom up.
Yes.
And, that's
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean.
of course.
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
just from the bottom up.
Yeah.
So the whole issue is that's the way things happen. So where you're going to find the root of the problem is underneath the surface, where we're not
Absolutely.
looking.
Right. That's right. I'm on your side.
So our clinic
I'm
is
right with
actually
you.
in Flowood, Mississippi.
What city is that?
Flowood, Mississippi.
How do
It's
you
just
spell
right
that?
outside of Jackson, Mississippi. Flowood, FLOWOOD.
Do you have a website?
We do. It's
Okay.
called ChristCenteredCare.com. Or
Right.
actually, another way you can get to is Dr. Lucky,
Yeah.
at theflowclinic.com.
And flow is FLO?
FLOW.
FLOW. Yes, of course.
And
makes sense.
that is symbolic of a fall.
Yes.
And catching people as they go over the fall, before
Right.
they go over the
Beautiful.
fall, actually.
Wow.
So it's getting in the flow instead of working against the flow.
So Dr.Lucky at theflow.com.
At theflowclinic.com.
At theflowclinic.com.
Yes, sir.
That's great. And so they can email you there, and then the website is
It's theflowclinic.com.
Great. That's fantastic. And if they want to know more about the relaxed sauna, they can go to relaxedsaunaswithans.com. And I think this is more about a person healing themselves, just as it is about saying how good the relaxed sauna is, because the spiritual principles you're talking about are core to a person's healing or just their lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Anything else you'd like to say?
No, that's it. Just go get one.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Lucky. I'll
Have a great
turn you
day.
off now.